A tech-savvy rider implemented new technology to modify his 2015 GL 1800 Honda Goldwing. That Goldwing later became known as Black Flash, an extreme lighting show bike. What's going on, YouTube? This is your boy Cornell, the tech-savvy rider. Today is Tuesday the 21st, almost 12:15 or so. I got to make a couple of errands, go out and pay some bills right quick, and I say, hey, go pay some bills on Black Flash. Get out and ride for the minute. The weather keep playing back and forth with me, man. The sun will come out a minute, and it'll warm up to like 63 degrees. The sun go back in, and it'll immediately drop down to like 45 degrees. So I ain't know how to dress for this one, so I just went on through my jacket with the liner on it, liner in it. So I was gonna take a ride. Today's topic, I wanted to go over what is the most expensive lesson learned that you have dealt with since you've been motorcycling. I'm going to say it again. What is the most expensive lesson learned since you've been motorcycling? Motorcycling. All right. Well, I'm going to be the first one to tell you. I think my most expensive lesson learned would probably be when I was a teenager on my GL 1100. Going back to the day that I ran off the bike, I fell off the bike. So my most expensive lesson learned is speed shifting, riding ridiculous as a teenager on my GL 1100. Of course, that's my first Goldwing. That's also the first accident I ever had. I told this story once before, but to reiterate, a little kid jumped out in front of me. I was speed shifting going home, trying to speed, and a little kid jumped out in front of me. And I guess he decided to try to play chicken with my 1100. And he won. That little kid was not about to move. He just stood there. So I ended up jumping off my GL 1100. The bike went down the street, turned around, and came back and ran over me. Now, I told this story once before, so I'm not going to go into it. But yeah, your boy was in the hospital for about a week. My old man said when I came to, the first thing I asked was, where was my motorcycle? I was knocked out for that whole week. So my lesson learned from that, if kids are in the street, just slow down. Even though I was a teenager myself, because you never know what these kids be thinking when they out here standing around in the street, playing around in the street, and when they don't know any better, you know, they treat the street like it's their own backyard. They ain't got to move for you, you got to move for them. And it cost me. It cost me my first Goldwing. I think as an adult, my most expensive lesson learned, you know, well, I can't say exactly what it is because it's been a whole lot of lessons learned. I try to share my lessons learned with everyone else so they won't make the same mistakes that I have made, or give them a heads up of the mistakes I made so they won't even think about trying to do it. So it's always a lesson learned, everyday event. But as an adult riding my Goldwing, I think my next most expensive lesson learned would probably be dealing with cagers. And because I'm on a gold wing, I got a bad habit of when I do stop, I stop directly behind the vehicle that's in front of me. And you know, that's not the norm, especially if you're a motorcycle rider. You try to pull off to the far side as far as you can, to prevent you from being hit from the back by a car that's not paying attention, or a cager that's not paying attention that the traffic has stopped. So I think my next most expensive lesson learned would be, and I had to learn the hard way, pay attention to what's coming up behind you, always. So I'm constantly looking in my rearview mirror when I'm riding, especially when I stop. I had one particular female ride up behind me, and she had on a set of headphones that was probably going to her cell phone or to her iPod, and she was just jamming away. If I hadn't looked in my rearview mirror to see her coming up behind me, she would have got me. And it would have totaled my bike because she was speeding. I said about 500 meters out when she was away from me, I popped out of first gear and pulled over on the side of the road. I ran the light and everything because I was the first vehicle at the light. I ran the light and everything. The police was on the other side of me. I didn't have a choice. It was either die or get a ticket. So I decided to go ahead and get a ticket, and I ran the light. And you know what? That policeman did not bother to stop me not one bit. But he sure pulled her butt over. He pulled her over bigger than crap. I came back through and rode around. She was in handcuffs, so whatever she was doing, it made the policeman mad. So I'm pretty sure he probably was a motorcycle rider himself. Like, man, that could have been me. And I'm pretty sure he was thinking about, I need to get this female off the road. So when it comes to a life and death situation, I choose to live. Hey guys, so what is your most expensive lesson learned that you learned from riding motorcycles since you've been riding? I've been riding going on a little bit over 35 years now. I've been riding since I was 15 years old. Well, early as 13 really, but I was actually on a gold wing at the age of 15. Now your boy is about to hit 50 here pretty soon. So I've been riding for quite a while. So in other words, I'm asking you guys, no matter how long you've been riding, you started riding yesterday, or you've been riding as long as I have, or even longer, what is your most expensive lesson learned since you've been motorcycling? Hit me up in the comments below. Let's share some stories. That's my spiel for today, YouTube. Y'all have a good one.